exactly 24. You know, people seem to forget that we have fallen from the knowledge of the glory of God. So, you know, before this state that we're in, like, I mean, we're in a state of dilapidation where death seems to be a natural term of events. You know, everyone in this world dies. That's the record. You know, we're looking around at the people about us. You see your father, your grandfather, or, you know, people get older, they get sick, they die, whatever. That's totally inorganic. It's not natural. It's a fallen state. We have fallen. We've fallen from the knowledge of the glory of God. And the moment that you mention to somebody else that you can regenerate your biological structure, you know, that your atomic structure called your body is in a state of decay, and that when you realign yourself, you can draw down the true information about yourself and regenerate the atomic structure and overcome death in the body. And at that point you're fully able to transfigure your body back to living liquid light, or even to higher dimensional types of energy. And you know, you can then, even if you wanted to, through the various time matrices, through the access that you have into the time matrices, you can manifest a body again, or any form that you so desire, from a whole mind, you know. And when you use the mind of Christ, which is containing the knowledge of God, you know, it's the knowledge of creation. It's the knowledge of God. It's the wisdom and understanding, and it's the law of one. It's the law of life. It's the law of liberty. It's the law of creation. When you understand that you can use a whole mind in which there is no decay, you would say to yourself, well, if I can use a mind that has no decay in it, and it's totally creative, it has all knowledge, all power given to it, if I can use that mind, well, why aren't I? Why am I not using that mind already? Well, because you've fallen from the knowledge of the truth, and you've got something else supplanted in your mind. You've got the teaching and understanding, or the wisdom of men who are in separation from God. You've got the knowledge of men who are in separation from God. You have been taught by systems of education in this world, and religion and instruction, of a fallen nature. And you've brought it into your mind, and you think it's true because it's been taught to you. But it's causing you to remain in a state of the fallen, decayed state. And, you know, you're much resistant to changing your mind because you got pride, and you say, I want to be right. You know, the things that I know, the things that I'm talking about have been taught to me by men above me, you know. And if I was to deny those elders, I would be in serious trouble. But, you know, we have to deny all of the elders. We have to deny all of the dead men. We have to deny them. Because, you know, Jesus said, I cannot receive the witness of men. You know, every man's a liar. Only God is true. And if you're trying to uphold, you know, something in yourself by maintaining a sense of political correctness, or, you know, I don't want to fall out of the system. If I say something about my elders that are, you know, they're not true, and I'm trying to say I'd start up something of my own, well, I might not be supported by the system, and I would die. You see, and that's the whole problem. Everyone's going to die because they would let go the hand that feeds them. But, you know, when you realize that you are sustained by the love of God, you know, and that you are sustained by the power of His grace, that, you know, you need not that any man should teach you. You have an unction within you that knows all truth. When you allow this system within you of this Christ template to reinvigorate itself and realign itself within you, and you can actually get past the barriers of controls, you would actually regenerate yourself, and you wouldn't need the system around you. You know, what did Jesus say? He said, let the dead bury their own dead, you know. Come follow me into the resurrection. And so if you're going to be sustained by this world, don't forget this world is not true. If you love this world, you hate God. This world is sin. It's sin consciousness. It's separated identity, you know, reality. It's, you know, it's like everything in this world is separated from God, you know. if my kingdom was of this world, my servants would fight, but my kingdom's not of this world. And we're supported by this world. We're supported by the depravity. We're supported by the meagre existence of hand to mouth, working by the sweat of the brow, and we don't want to let that go because we think we're going to die. We've got to realize that we're more than a body. We are the spirit, and the spirit can transfigure the body. We can be supplied from within of all the sustenance and all the things that are needed and required for our living here. We can be supplied from within, from the inner kingdom of life. And when that starts flowing through and nourishing you, you can easily disconnect from the outer realms because you've already tasted the substitute. You've already tasted the alternative that I'm offering you continuously. I'm offering you this Christ in you as your true identity, that you might realize you are Christ. And what did Jesus say? Jesus said, my meat is to do the will of him who sent me. My meat, my sustenance, my power, my life comes from him who works in me. This is Father who worketh in me, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. When the Father works in me, that's the energy flowing through me, sustaining me, doing the one will of the one God, the one life everywhere, that is regenerating me. And I'm not taking into myself anything from the outer form, which is a decrepit state of decay. Why would I want to remain in a state of dilapidation and take into myself all that false information from an outer world that's corrupt, when I have the Father which works in me, and my meat is to do the will of him who sent me, And you've been sent too. You are Christ too, You are that living Christ too. And the moment that you let the Father work in you, or those higher parts of yourself come back and become true to you, as you let the life structure rebuild itself within you, as you regenerate yourself, and your temple becomes aligned with the living structure of the flow of perpetual motion life, you're going to say to yourself, I can eat the bread of life, every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. I can drink that living water, and I can be unified in the whole body of Christ by the living blood and communication between all the members. And the moment you say that to yourself, you're going to give yourself permission to be nourished from the inside and to see the falsity of this world, and you can deny the world, you can let it go because you've found something that's much more sustaining on the inside. Anyway, I'm going to hand over the mic now to Excellent Choice, and it's been good. Come back into the room again, you guys. We love you, we love you, we love you.